Thank all of you for being here. This is indeed a good day in the centennial of SMU to be able to announce an individual who has been in exile from the great state of Texas for a while. And we're delighted to have the chance to bring him back. Rick Hart, in his time as athletic director, has provided great leadership for the university. He's a very organized individual, and I can tell you, and all of those that were on the search committee could tell you, that Rick has provided incredible organization, support, tenacity, vision. He has contacts with people all over the country. When you're a third-generation athletic administrator, a lot of people know you and trust you, and Rick has certainly earned that. And so for bringing this to culmination in the shortest period of time we possibly could, and to bring it to a point in which from the very beginning we hoped this would be the outcome, to introduce the new coach is Athletic Director Rick Hart.
Thank you very much, President Turner. I appreciate that, and appreciate your trust and the trust of the Board of Trustees. It's a great day, great crowd. Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. It's hard to believe, but 12 weeks ago today, we announced a change in leadership for our football program. There are many days when it seems much longer than that. This was a long process, but a lot has transpired in those 12 weeks, and if you'll allow me to have a number of people I'd like to recognize and thank in their role for getting us to where we are today. First, interim head coach Tom Mason. Yeah. There will be people who will want to look at our record and judge Coach Mason by our record. That would be a mistake. He assumed a leadership position when really he knew it probably wasn't in his best personal interest. But he did that out of love for this school and for our student athletes, and for that I'm grateful. Our coaches and our staff. These are individuals, again, that knew that a transition in the head coach could impact them and their livelihoods, and they have been professionals and have provided great guidance and leadership for our student athletes who have remained the focal point throughout this 12-week period. Our student athletes who, again, in many ways learn lessons through sports that will benefit them later in life. Unfortunately, they've had a long lesson in adversity this season, but I think they've handled it with grace, and they will be better because of it. And I appreciate the fact that I don't think they ever quit or gave up on each other or on the team or on the fans that were counting on them to give their best each and every time they took the field. Our alumni, our donors, our fans, our former players, the university faculty and staff, our students, our university leadership, my industry colleagues that did provide a lot of guidance and support and advice, my staff, and in particular Matt Roberts, who helped lead this process internally, Todd Turner with Collegiate Sports Associates, the search committee, President Turner for his support of our program and his belief that athletics can help accomplish the mission of the institution, and finally my family, who had to put up with a lot during this process as well. It's been a long, thorough, inclusive process. I'm appreciative to everyone who participated. We established a vision, a plan, and a profile to identify and recruit the next head coach to SMU. We wanted to make sure that as we set out to do that, we honored the significant investments that have been made over the many years to raise the profile of our athletics program, our operating support, our personnel, our facilities, our infrastructure, our conference affiliation. We are committed to the continued growth and evolution of our program, and we aspire to be the best in the American Athletic Conference. We aspire to have an athletics program that achieves success on par with our great university and the great city of Dallas. In order to do that, we must all work together, and we must have a great football program. In that spirit, when we set out to hire the next football coach at SMU, we looked for the following characteristics, and we went after the best. We wanted someone with great character. We wanted a leader, someone with family values, a teacher, an innovator, someone with a grand vision. We wanted someone who would embrace SMU, Dallas, the state of Texas, was respected by his peers. In short, we were looking for a winner. It's my pleasure and honor today to introduce to you and to welcome home to Texas Paula, Chandler, Mackenzie, and the next head football coach at SMU, Chad Morris. Coach Morris.
Are you excited? Yeah. It's a great day to be a pony, let me tell you. A great day to be a Mustang. Excited to be here. I can't share enough the excitement level. I have to apologize for my voice. Had a pretty big ball game last Saturday night and got a great win. And what a great opportunity to land in Dallas last night and got to eat a Whataburger right off the plane. So, man, life doesn't get much better than that, let me tell you. So we're extremely excited, and there's several people that I want to definitely thank and recognize before we get going. But I want to definitely thank Dr. Turner and the process that they went through to get to this point to where we are today. Rick Hart and Matt Roberts and you guys and the entire search committee that put forth the tireless hours of time spent away from their families to make sure this was the right hire. And I assure you that it is the right hire without a doubt. And but it's I can promise you this, it's far more than just Chad Morris. It involves a lot of families involved. And I want to introduce my family. If y'all would stand up, Paula Morris, my daughter Mackenzie, my son Chandler. They truly make it happen. They allow me to do something that I so dearly love, and that's to be around and make a difference in people's lives and win football games. And that's what we're about. And my mom and dad are here, JB and Arlene Morris. I appreciate y'all, the leadership that y'all have provided us. My college roommate that's been with me from the get-go, Chris Mattingly, we went to high school with him, so excited to be back here. And Coach Brown, it was an honor to meet you and appreciate you taking time out of your day and during your season to be here. It's really special, and I know, as we all do, appreciate the success you've had, and we're going to build off of your success, and we appreciate you, and thank you for coming. It means a lot. And not only that, I look around and see one of my former players, G.J. Kinney, chose to come here today and taking a day off from the Eagles and being here today to see this. And very special and emotional day for the Morris family. And thank you for that. But, you know, as we look on this, the next phase, the next future of this program and what's about to come, you can't help to remember when I was a kid and growing up and getting in those school buses on FCA days and loading up and coming and watching SMU play football and sitting in the end zone of Texas Stadium and watching SMU just beat whoever they lined up against and beat them soundly. Y'all remember it. Some of you still lived it. And just to know that as a kid and when this job opened up a few months ago, and this was an opportunity, I thought at that point in time that this is it. This could be the one. But I knew also that it was going to take more than just Chad Morris. It's going to take the right fit, not from just a coach, but the right fit from an administration, from the board, and from the alumni, from our student body, which is so important in this turnaround process. We've got to involve our student body, and we got to have great players, and I'm going to allude to that in just a few minutes. But our student body and our our faculty. It's one. We're together in this. It's not our own separate entity. We're together in this process. We got to lock arms, and we got to all move in the right direction and in the same direction. So we're going to ask, and we're going to lean on a lot of people to get this thing done. And I know it's going to get done because I know there's a lot of passion that's sitting in this room that want to see it done. And you've got my word as we look across and talk about the former players that have came through here, and your Doak Walkers, your Kyle Rote Jr.'s, Eric Dickersons, your Craig James, and Cole Beasley's that are now playing, and the others that are playing in the league right now, and to embrace the impact that they've had on this university and on this football program. And just know this, and I'm going to welcome them with open arms, with all of them, those former players that are in the league right now, and those players that have put so much time and effort into building this program where it is today. And but it's going to start with a culture change. It's got to start with a culture change from the get-go, and that's the number one thing we're going to do. Just a little bit about me. I think to be able to see Randy Allen a few minutes ago, to come in and spend a little time in the reception before we came up here was very touching for me, that he would take time out of his practice schedule to come and see me. And I don't think Coach Allen's here, but I truly appreciate that. And thank you, Coach. Words can't describe how much that means to me. Even though you did kick my tail not too long ago. So that's okay. That's okay. But we appreciate you, Coach, and what you mean to this community and this university. And so, but my relationship with these Texas high school coaches, I'm a Texas high school football coach. That's who I am. And I make no bones about it, and I don't back down from anything. I think the Texas high school football coaches do it the right way. I think that they have to do it all. They get it. They understand that you have to build relationships, and that's what it's all about. I've had coaches all across the country ask me, "What's it really like, Coach? What is it? What's the secret?" I love your scheme. I love what you do offensively. We love what you're doing, X's and O's. And the one thing I keep coming back to, and I disappoint them every time when I say it, I said it's about relationships. It's not just about relationships with your players. It's about relationships with your fans and your parents and everyone that touches those student athletes. It's about the true development of the student athlete, and not just on that football field. Because if we can take care of everything off that football field and making sure they're getting the right resources and the right people touching them, then the success on that football field is going to take care of itself. And that's what I'm going to challenge our staff, our faculty, and to really let's lock arms and let's get this done. But you're about to see an exciting brand of football. It's going to be, we're going to be one of the most explosive offenses, one of the most explosive football teams in all of college football, and we're going to be one of the biggest turnarounds in college football before this is over with. But it's going to take a lot of work, it's going to take a lot of effort, and it's going to take a lot of guys that are on this board and a lot of guys in that team room today that I had a chance to sit and meet with briefly to say, you know what, they're tired of what's happening, and we're going to do something about it. And that's the way it's going to get changed, and it's going to get changed with a positive attitude. Everybody knows what we've been through this season and what y'all have gone through, and that hasn't been any fun. And we can only do something about it. And it's going to take us together to pull together to get this done. And we're excited. I know there's a lot of questions, and I'm excited to get back with my peers in the Texas high school ranks and get out and get to meeting with them. I got visits lined up tomorrow, and I'll be on the road recruiting and hitting the road and just being able to get out and go visit some friends that I've been able to coach against and got a great relationship with just right here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And there's some great players right here, right underneath our own wingspan. Within a quarter of a tank of gas drive, you can get all you want. And I'm just going to make it really hard for these guys to leave here. I will say this: we're not going to play second fiddle to anybody, and we're not going to back down from anybody. And we're going to stand toe-to-toe with the best in the country because that's what we want to be. And we're going to live it. We're going to talk it. And I'm looking forward to this great challenge. So with that, is there anything? Okay.
Great. Sir, for Coach. Stay right. All of these three gentlemen are open for questions, but I'll open it up to Bill Nichols, Dallas Morning News.
Chad, have you been able to look at the team, the current team, and see what's coming back and what you might be able to do next year?
Well, not a whole lot. You know, I've been pretty preoccupied in a lot of trying to win a big game last Saturday night. But over the course of time, I absolutely, you know, had a chance to look at a few things and you know, Garrett Gilbert played for me in Austin and at Lake Travis and played here, and so I've had a chance to talk to Garrett in depth a little bit, and so we have, and to somewhat, but now that it's official, then it'll definitely take on a whole nother approach.
Coach, what kind of time frame do you have on putting together your staff, and how many do you expect to bring from Clemson with you?
Just your name and media outlet so everyone knows.
Sorry, Steve Lansdale with Pony Fans.
All right. Well, Steve, it's a great question. I think I've got one guy in the air right now. Should be landing soon. I'll have 2 more on the ground tonight. We'll hit the ground running. The wheels aren't going to stop on their cars, and hope to have the entire staff intact. You would like to have it by Christmas. If it can't get done by Christmas, you know, just shortly during the Christmas holidays. But the one thing I'm going to do is take time and make sure we get the right fit. We've got to have the same vision, share the same morals, the same ethics, that what we're after, what this university stands for, what Dr. Turner has instilled here during his tenure, and what Rick has instilled, and Larry, and you know, there is some high expectations that we have for our coaches on this staff, and so definitely anticipate hiring, getting some Texas high school football coaches on our staff. I think it's important to embrace some of those guys and get them out and let them be a part of this staff. And so I've got a list, but I'm actively working on it.
Coach, Billy Embody with Scout.com. At the end of the day, when it's all said and done, and one day you may move on from SMU, what do you want your legacy to be here?
Well, let me just say it like this. Why don't we address it like this? If you could talk to my players right now from Clemson, or if you could talk to some of my former players that have played for me, the one thing I would hope that they would say is, you know, not only is Coach Morris and his family, and Coach Morris a great coach and has taught us a lot about the game of football, but if you really want to know about Coach Morris, you need to look at his family, and you look at what he stands for and the type of person he is, and that's what I want. I mean, it's football is it's what I do. It's not who I am, and I'm a husband, I'm a father, and I'm a son, and with all that, if you keep the right perspectives in place, the results will take care of itself in the end. And I think it's important that our family, my family, is involved, our coaches' families are involved in our players' lives. We need to be able to model, you know, what it's like with the family around, and we're going to preach family, and so there'll be a lot involved. But I think the biggest thing, my legacy, I want to be a person that made a difference.
Adam Grossbard, Rivals. You said in the past that it would take a special job for you to leave Clemson. Mm-hmm. What was it about SMU that made you want to come here?
Wow, you're in Dallas, Texas, #1. How about that? Dallas, Texas. You know, you're right back in your wheelhouse of recruiting, to where you're one of those guys. I'm going to say it. I'm a Texas high school football coach. D.W. Rutledge, Joe Martin, those guys have been instrumental in my success with our association. Being selected by my peers to be on the board of directors for our coaching association was one of the highlights of my entire career. And to be able to know that I can come back into this state and have the impact with our coaches, our high school coaches, and to be able to recruit like we can recruit, I think this is a gold mine. I really do. And I think there's a lot of work. There's a whole lot of work ahead, and it's going to take a lot of people pulling in the same direction, and we're going to get that done. But the one thing they're going to have to tell me to do is they're going to have to tell me whoa and not go, because I'm going to be on the go all the time. And that's the way we work, and that's the way we function. And so I think this is an unbelievable job, an unbelievable opportunity that has got that, they can see some instant success.
That'll conclude our questions. Brad Sutton's available to have one-on-ones with Coach or others over here in the back section. But Coach, we noticed how good you looked in the colors, red and blue. And President Turner and Rick have a presentation they'd like to make.
Come on up, stand in the middle of us here. Notice how form-fitted it is. Yeah.